Dear friends and followers, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be going through my pilot's bag so you'll see what is essential to bring to your first flight as an airline pilot. Obviously you don't have to pack your bag as I do, but I have learned over the past 10 years of being a pilot what you desperately need and what not. So let's dig in.
1383, runway 27, clear takeoff. United 1538, number 327, minus weight.
Okay, when it comes to choosing your first pilot's bag, please do yourself a favor and don't buy the cheap one. If you can afford an $800 mobile phone, you can expect a certain reliability as you use it on a daily basis. So be smart and invest in a decent bag as you're going to be using it fairly often over a long time. I know colleagues who had had their bag for over 25 years. Rimowa or Samsonite was their choice, and there are many other high quality suitcase manufacturers out there. But if you decide to buy the cheap one, you might as well buy two of them as you're going to be using the other one for spare parts. Size does matter. Your flight bag shouldn't be too big and not too small. Make it dependent on the airplane you're flying. Boeing cockpits are less spacious than Airbus cockpits, so make sure that it fits next to your seat because you don't want it behind you as you're going to be constantly getting stuff out of it. If you're planning on becoming a pilot in the general aviation industry, a carry-on bag will do the job. But if you're planning to become an airline pilot, make sure to get a pull trolley because you'll be walking miles and miles through terminals and around airport aprons, and you do not want to carry your bag, trust me. And whilst you're at it, make sure it has a strap at the back so you can attach it to your layover suitcase. Let's talk about the items to go in your bag. So this is all the gear you'll be needing, and let's pack them in the order you'll be using them. Don't ever set off to work without your employer ID, airport ID, a valid passport, your pilot's license, your medical, and all other necessary documents required by your company or by law. Keep them in a safe folder or a booklet, and I highly recommend that you have at least one copy of all these important documents at home because you never know what might happen to your pilot's bag. During briefing, you print out your crew briefing sheet, the flight plan, the general declaration if you're staying overnight in a non-Schengen country, and you want to keep all these papers together. So bring a clipboard. I always keep important procedures and abbreviations on my clipboard for a quick search or to practice the memory items, for example. And make sure it's not a metallic one because it'll block the x-rays and therefore you have to open your bag every time you go through security. So plastic will just do fine. As you enter the cockpit, make sure your flight bag is securely stowed and easy accessible to you from your seat. Some airplanes come with special straps so you can secure your flight bag. As you step out of the aircraft onto the airport apron, you have to wear a high visibility vest. There are so many vehicles moving around an airplane and you won't believe how many accidents happen on a daily basis. I know they don't look good, but you're going to look worse when paying the fine for not wearing one. Next, you'll be needing either earplugs or proper ear protection for the outside check. Don't do this because you'll be needing your hands for the walk around, signing papers, setting the refueling panel, etc. You're subject to so much noise during your pilot life, so be wise and protect your ears. You have to have a decent flashlight. I can recommend an LED flashlight as they are lightweight and with good batteries they will last fairly long. I recently got the comment, Joe, why don't you just use the light of your mobile phone? That's cute. That's all it is, cute. The top of the vertical stabilizer on an Airbus A320 is nearly 12 meters high. Good luck checking that during the night with your phone. Disinfection swipes. Thoroughly swipe the parts of the cockpit you use the most, as you never know what kind of bacteria could be hiding on your instruments. I am serious about that. Now, you don't necessarily need custom-made earplugs. I only have them because the plane I flew before my airline career was so damn loud. So I had this pair made and I got so used to them that I constantly wear them now during flight. Mine actually reduce 25 decibel of the surrounding noise, plus the noise-cancelling headset doesn't get any better than that. Buy a decent headset. I cannot recommend this enough. Again, compare it to your mobile phone. It's an investment for life, and a high quality headset will live out your mobile phone by any means. Now you know I'm a Bose A20 pilot and I wouldn't recommend any other headset. The noise cancelling is worth every penny. It's lightweight, reliable and much more. I'll make a more detailed video just about this Bose A20 headset very soon. Make sure you have spare batteries for either your headset or your flashlight. The difference between a well-prepared pilot and a pilot are the amount of spare batteries he carries. Now, depending on your operator, you might get an EFB, an electronic flight bag. My company provides us with the Apple iPad. On here we have all the necessary charts of any airport in the world, such as all required performance calculating software, documents and manuals needed for the briefing and the flight. And as you use the EFB a lot throughout the day, you definitely have to bring your charger and the cable with you. As you get your startup clearance, you need a good quality pen, because there is nothing worse than getting a startup clearance and your cheap pen cuts out on you. Are you going to blame the pen in your readback to the ATC controller that he shall repeat your message? I highly doubt that. Also, during cruise you'll be doing regular fuel checks, and due to the constant pressure changes, many cheap pens will just quit their job. Okay, we're now up in the air, and this is by far one of the most important things in my opinion. You need a proper pair of sunglasses. Sure, you have blinds which reflect most of the sunlight, but if you're flying southbound for a few hours directly towards the sun, and with the clouds reflecting the sunlight, you'll be happy to have a good pair of sunglasses. So be wise and protect your eyes, but be aware, don't get polarized sunglasses. Why, you might ask? I'll show you in an upcoming video. And if the sunlight is still bothering you, you can get a Captain Joe cap from my online shop and all your problems are solved. I always carry a little notebook with me to make a few notes. Now, for example, sometimes you fly into airports with special taxi routes, noise abatement regulations or special entry procedures into different countries, and therefore I make little notes in my notebook, and prior every approach briefing I quickly look up my own notes to see what is so special about the country or the airport. And obviously you'll find all these details in your airport charts, but it's nice being ahead of the game. And those charts don't let you know where to get the best coffee in the airport terminal. And last but not least, your logbook to keep track of your flights and flight hours. You don't necessarily have to bring it, as you can now log all your flights digitally, but you have to have some kind of record of your flight hours on you in case of a SAFA inspection. Okay, the next few items are my personal emergency kit. You don't necessarily need those. Nose spray can quickly release your pain in case you have a clogged nose prior to an upcoming cold. I never set off without an extra pair of underwear, a t-shirt, toothpaste, toothbrush, because you never know where you might land at the end of the day. And I always bring at least 100 euros as a safety. And I also try to have some space left over that I can bring my own food if I have flights without layovers. So again, I highly recommend you to get a decent flight bag, because the quote applies here: quality over quantity. Rather one high quality bag that will last your entire career than a quantity of flight bags which will fall apart every now and then. Just spend a little more and enjoy what you've bought, rather than constantly having to fight with lousy equipment which could actually endanger your flight. So have fun shopping for your first flight kit. That's definitely exciting, and over the course of time you'll figure out what you actually really need and what you can do without. So thanks for tuning in, and make sure to perform a touch and go at my Instagram account. The link is in the description below, and hit the subscribe button right here, plus the notification bell so you won't miss out upcoming videos. All the best, your Captain Joe.